Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, yay! And we've got a little bit done with the ship. Been breaking the mining base down. Oh, but we'll talk about what's going on, what our plan is for today, and hopefully get it done. But first, we have to get started, so let's go. So happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week thus far. And for those who have been under the shelter in place, hopefully it's lightening up a little bit. All right, so let's talk about what we've gotten done. As you can tell, I've gone ahead and gotten most of the thrusters welded up. So what I've been doing is I've been placing and welding as I go. And we're going to do the cowling piece that we did over here at some point. We'll reproduce it on that side. Now what we're going to end up with is something that looks like this, or a little bit more something like this. And we're going to try and reproduce some of the angles that we have down here up above, just to close it in and, you know, make it look nice. And we still have to figure out what we're going to do here. What I'm thinking, I don't think I have any plates on me. I don't. Let's grab some plates really quick. I've got a bunch of assemblers running, doing all sorts of stuff. Let's grab, oh, that should be good. Oh, but yeah, so we're still trying to figure out what to do here. And I'm thinking this may end up being something along these lines. You get out of there. Come here. Right. So we say maybe something like this. And basically try and follow that line around. Here. So we'll just basically take what we have. I mean, we could, if we really wanted to, we could actually round that off a little bit more. But I'm not sure that it would actually do anything for us. Are you actually attached to anything? Yes, you're attached to that thruster there. Okay. So if we take you out, do that to that, and then from here take that out for a second. How about if we do it that way? Yeah, it's getting a little chunkier around here just because of all the stuff that's being added. Ah, crap. There we go. And so what I may do is wrap this in a little bit more. So if we went, so let's take that out, bring that back. I'm going to leave that open, or at least mostly open, because what I'm thinking is we end up with something basically that does something a little like that. There. And so that way when you're here, you'll actually be able to see a little bit of the detailing in here. But I'm not sure how that's going to... No, that actually works pretty well, I think. Let's see. So I should be able to get down in there. Almost down in there. And then if we take you out, basically let's reproduce that. Alright, so we do that, do that. And if I then go like so, and we bring that back one. How do I like that? Let's see here. So I could do that. I don't know. I may actually leave it like that. And then what we can do here, maybe even take that one off, where we go something like this maybe. I mean, that could work. You end up with something, I don't know. Have to figure out what we want to do here. Because if we go with that, and we say that, no. I think this is where we start running into just like random shapes. Alright, let's see how, come here you. Oh, that actually works. I'm not disliking that. And we could get away with
energy low.
Maybe something like that. How does that? Okay, let's see what this looks like. How does that look? There you go. Maybe. What I'll probably do, take both of you guys out, and we'll just put regular blocks in. And yes, we're going to leave that in here as a differentiated height. And that's an ion thruster. There we go. How's that looking? It's looking
Energy critical.
a little beefy. I like that this is actually sticking out a little bit further. How much plate do I have? I'm completely out of plates. I need to get some energy. Alright, so let's head inside for a second. We're going to get charged up. We're actually going to go through here. And yeah, I still haven't made a decision on those doors yet. Which, we're getting to the point where I kind of have to make a decision on those doors. And I think part of the reason why I'm putting it off is because I don't like being forced to make a decision on those doors. Alright. Oh, and yes, before I forget, yes, we did some interior decorating in the med bay. Yeah. Got some storage right up here. You got a little meeting area. If somebody's being questioned, you know, they can be sitting down at least somewhat comfortable. Come here. I don't know. Oh, okay. So the ship is coming along. Actually, let's see what this looks like. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I do think I'm going to probably go with that basic design. We'll probably need to do a little bit of styling on it off camera just because it's going to be a lot of just fiddling back and forth with it, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Okay, so now that we've gotten that stress-inducing thing out of the way, and I do still have the air vent in here set to extract. That way, as we come through, we're not losing any air. It's going back into the system. Let's go out here really quick. Awesome. Okay. So the other thing that I did is we've gone ahead and started welding up all of this. Well, I've gone ahead and welded up all of this. So all of these tanks back here are now completely welded on both sides, top and bottom. So I may be am I missing anything down here? No, I got all of those. Okay, making sure. Now I did go ahead and weld up the ion thrusters. We've got 4 thrusters back here that are welded up in place of the hydrogen, mainly because of the fact that we've gotten a lot of hydrogen thrusters online now. So we have, you know, the three on the outrigger over here, 3 on this outrigger, and then the retro thrusters. So I started welding up some of the ion, just so that we have a little bit more mix in what thrusters we have online right now. Now for this, we need what, 960? Yeah. How many thruster components do we have left? Should still have. Okay, yeah, we've got plenty. That's not the problem. Now we are running low on resources, so what we're going to do, or not resources, but components. So we're going to go in here. We're going to grab that. We're going to tell it to start producing stuff. And we're going to get rid of the thruster components that it's producing. Now, the reason we're doing that is because this makes it a little bit easier to get everything sorted out in here. Because as you can see, we are out of cobalt again. So I'm going to have to go mine more of that. And what I may do is I'm kind of thinking I may build a small mining vehicle. Because, well, I should say it's a small mining vehicle. It's a large grid small mining vehicle, because we're at the point where we have a bunch of ice deposits that are around, and I don't want to have to hand mine all of that. Somebody had recommended, or had suggested, I shouldn't say recommended, using the, basically, for those who don't know, Bob, I talk about Bob a lot. It's the nanobot build and repair system. There is a version of that out that allows you to do mining, and somebody had suggested maybe doing that. You basically place a beacon down, and it mines for you. It actually goes in and pulls the stuff out of the terrain, instead of what Bob does, where he collects everything when you mine it manually. Now, either of those would be viable, but I think what I want to do is build. Do I just want to do an ion system? We've got the parts for it, and we do have most of the components. So if I did just like 2 large ion thrusters, a large cargo container, or do I want to do hydrogen? Because it's not going very far. It only needs to be able to fly for a couple of minutes at a time. And if I do that, you guys are 3 blocks wide? Just about 3 blocks wide. 2 blocks tall, so it's be 4 by 3. So I could, in theory, I could get a large cargo box through there. Or I could do a small grid miner with a large cargo box, which should fit through there pretty easily. Hard to build it out here. So, yeah, so I've basically been trying, while I'm doing just the miscellaneous stuff, I've been trying to figure out what makes sense for where we're going to have things parked, as to what we're going to do with them in those locations. So with a ship this size, kind of thinking I need to have somewhere to land a large grid ship. And one of the things that I had been thinking about was building basically a landing pad up here. So you'd end up with something. I have no steel plates. Okay. Basically, you would have, a couple of legs coming up. Maybe something that connects over here. We'd take one of these half blocks out and put a full block in. And have that oversit here. And then have some stairs that came down. Since we have the doors over here, I was thinking have something that allowed us to get in and out of here. So if we did some stairs in here, that may basically have stairs, like a set of stairs here to a platform, and then from here have the stairs come up into what would be a landing area, and do that on both sides, obviously. And then basically have the landing area sit further back. Now I've done platforms like that before on some of the builds. Sometimes they look good. I'm not sure how that would look here. I mean, we could put it out over here, which then has the potential for us to run conveyors up into it as well. Makes it easier to get the conveyors up without having to run tubing everywhere. So yeah, that's some of the stuff that I've been thinking of, and I'm thinking I will make a decision between now and Friday, and then for Friday's video, we'll start building that, if we decide to go forward with it. I honestly haven't decided yet, so if you have suggestions or if you have feedback on that, like if you want to see me do it or not, put it down in the comment section. Sometimes I'll do surveys or polls, and I'm just I don't think it's important enough to do a poll for it. But I do think it would be interesting to see what we can come up with as a community on this one. So, but yeah, so throw your suggestions down there, please. All right. So I think, okay, so that gets us there. Let's go ahead and grab some plates. Oh, we're waiting for thruster component or thruster elements to be done so we can weld these guys up. Do I still have it? Yeah, okay. Now we do the hang for, 2 minutes. Yeah, Yeah, it's gotten worse again now that I've connected to the base. I've been trying to keep everything on this grid, but because it's looking across the grids, it's yeah, it's been giving me a little bit of problem. Hey, look at that. All right. Now the nice thing is that when we do that, what it will do is it gets faster. Like the problems go away a little bit the more we do it, because what it's doing is it's taking things off the list that it has to find. So it helps. But I do want to get at least one of these guys up and running today. What do we need? 416 thrusters. Can I go ahead and grab 416 of those? No. I need 46, 30, and a bunch of plates. Okay. So what do we say? 36, right? Grab 100 of you. And I don't know. I know I could have just shift-clicked that and been done with it. Oh, I need a 46. Yeah, give me 10. Are you actually turned on or are you off? You are off. That's good. Okay. Gives us a little bit of braking thrust there, which is good. Take one of you out. And what I'll do is I'll weld the rest of those up off camera, because I'm just going to use the inventory, the build queue, I should say, to get all of the parts out for that thing. Now for this, I may... Do I have plates? No, I do still have plates. So what I'm thinking here is I may do... We take that out. And we do this. And we run this down the line here. And this would be something that won't be welded up. But the idea for that is that it just... I just want to give it a... I think we're going to give that one a hard stop. Just to break up that line a little bit, because we ended up with these giant pieces down here that ended up as, well, I should say giant flat spaces. And I wasn't happy with the way that that came out. So I may come back and weld that up, just because. And if we do weld that up, I'll probably use the old battered armor skin for that, or texture. And see, for here, I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and do this for these guys. And then we do that. And then for the other side, we just give it a quick rotate. Flip it around. And see, it just adds a little bit more of a detail piece to it. How does that look if we weld that up? And I'm out of steel plates. Of course I am. Because, you know, reasons, right? Well, to be fair, I am actually using them, so it's not like they're just disappearing out of my inventory. Grab a couple hundred of those. Yeah, I think this is going to look better welded up than if it was just left skeletal. Because if we do... Oh, that. And I want that armor. Whoop. And I may even change the color on these. Even though you can't see it, I am applying paint to it so that when I weld it up, it'll have the texture on it. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking I do like that, actually. What does that look like from above? Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Because what it's doing is it's breaking the line up a little bit. And I'm kind of liking the way that that came out, so probably keep that. And what we can do, one of the things that this allows us to do is that if we have the PCU for it, we can come back and put lights under here to light these areas up a little bit. Make it a little bit more dramatic. Not that a ship this size doesn't need to be more dramatic, right? Oh, all right. So we've got a bit of stuff to do off camera. So what I'm going to do is between now and Friday, we're going to have all of these thrusters welded up. We'll weld up as many of the thrusters as we can. I may leave one or two of them unwelded just so I have parts to build a small miner. And I'm thinking for Friday, we will build a place for a large grid small ship or a small grid large, well, at least like medium size miner to dock up. I would prefer to use the large grid version simply because of the fact that the large grid ships pull more per tick, so they end up being more time efficient. But we'll see. We'll make that decision when Friday gets here. So I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. If you're new to the channel, haven't done so already, or just want to do something nice for me today, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be kept up to date, click the little notification icon. YouTube will sometimes actually put those messages out. So, hey, you never know until you try. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day and enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you back here on Friday for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, that's wondering when we're going to start breaking that beast down. Maybe what I could do is actually retrofit this to be a zero-G miner. Do I have any place I can put drills on it? Not really. I mean, I guess if I took the atmospheric thrusters off, could probably do something with that. We do have four tanks on it. Oh, looks like we pulled all the hydrogen out of them. Okay, yeah, we'll have to think about it.